for example, if you help us increase our charges and all of that, we will be able to support youth entrepreneurial activities that relates to tourism. So let's say we train about 50 youth on entrepreneurial activities, how to have artifact shops, restaurants, rental companies, things that will support tourism in the community. And we'll do this because we also believe that when they are part of it, they tend to protect their heritage. So it's something that we're working on. We're praying that we get enough money to embark on this. But we will do it across the country, at Morley Park, Kakum, the castles, Volta region, and all other tourism attractions. Thank you.
All right.
Madam, you just said that if we should help you increase your levy, and you will also do the needful for us. But when you look at the Tourism Development Fund, levy collections was 41 million, and then your operating expenses 44 million. So we help you collect, and then you spend. There's no assurance that if we should help you increase your fees and charges, that will result in more development for virgin areas that needs to be developed. I have a very beautiful waterfall in my constituency. It's called the Tini Waterfalls in Adaswase. The assembly has done what it's supposed to do, but the assembly cannot take or bear all the costs. We believe that funds like these should be invested in places that will also help raise revenue for government. So yes, we will help you look at your fees and charges, but then you also have to commit that once we help increase it, it will be channeled into profits-making areas that will help, Ghana Tourism Board, and also help government to raise more revenue. So as for that one, we assure you. But then you also have to commit that when we help you raise more revenue, you also put it into areas that need to be developed. So let Tini Waterfalls in Adaswase in the Tiwa East constituency be on your radar as you enter 2025, and we help you raise more money through your fees and charges. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Please, we want an assurance. It's not thanking the Madam Chair. So please speak to what Madam Chair has said. I want to hear some assurance from you. And this
Madam Chair, respectfully, if I may give this information. There's this project that is just about to begin under the GET-P project, which Ghana Economic Transformational Project. We were giving some funding to do a research about all the potential tourist attraction sites across the 261 MMDAs. Very soon, I think in a week or two, the procurement processes is ongoing. When that is done, the consultants will go onto the field to unearth all these potential tourist attraction sites. When that is done, then specifically, as you mentioned, we are doing all this considering the most potential ones, those that need to be developed, like the low-hanging fruit ones. Then quickly we'll start something in this 2026. So it's just to inform you that your former office project, GET-P, is trying to undertake a project like this. And when that is done, I think we'll be clear in our mind as to the number of tourist attraction sites, heritage sites, tourism activities that we have in our country. As and when we even have investors, we will know where to go. By then, we already have the data and the information at hand. So it's just by way of giving you the information. Thank you.
Very much, Honorable Deputy Minister. But mine is not potential, it's already established. So we can't put Tini Waterfalls in Adaswase under the potential ones. These are established ones that the Assembly has done its bit. And we are asking that as we help increase the levies under the fees and charges, it will translate into more revenues, and then you can take some from the Tourism Development Fund to also assist us to increase the revenue. It's already there, it's established, it's not potential. But thank you.
Madam
And
Chair.
I also want to thank you for admitting that, yes, in government there's continuity, such that when one government does something and then you come, you also continue with it to make it fit for purpose. And so I'm very happy that you say you are continuing with that gateway project that we began. And that's very good. And that is the attitude I believe we should all have, that there's continuity in government. So then when you come, you continue and you also deliver. Thank you very much.
Thank you too, Madam Chair, rightfully. So we will look at it and see what we can do for this year, 2026, for the year 2026.
All right. Let's move to the Tourism Development Fund. And Honorable Kinney will handle that with the Tourism Development Fund. Okay, go ahead, Nasser.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Honorable Minister, please, I would like to find out from the CEO or the CFO the factors that contributed to the 21% deterioration in the deficit from, I think it's from 3.026 million in 2022 to 3.685 in 2023.
Madam Chair, respectfully, once again, with your leave, if I may yield this question to the fund administrator to respond.
Thank you very much. Madam Chair, we had post-COVID effects, and this affected.
Respectfully, I'm not the one sitting in the chair today like I explained, so address it to Mr. Chair. Otherwise, he says, once you say Madam Chair, he will not respond. So,
Honorably, we stand to be corrected.
I think so. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, the impact of the COVID affected largely our levies, our inflows. The impact of the COVID affected largely our inflows. That was how come there was a deteriorating effect in the previous year. But we had post-COVID recoveries. So we were able to shoot it up to 41 million.
Did you blame COVID for something that happened in 2022?
So, yes.
Sir, when did COVID come to Ghana?
2020, effectively, 2020.
2020?
Yes, please.
But this is your financials. This is for 2022.
Yes, so
what has
the
COVID got to do
aftermath,
with it?
We were gradually recovering. We went down and we were gradually recovering. So.
And 2023 too, you blame it on COVID?
Yes.
No.
But then we had recoveries. In
That tourism fund,
yes.
When has it ever been, the bottom line been positive? The tourism fund.
We had positive performances. In 2020, 2021, we had positive.
2020, in the middle of COVID, your bottom line was positive.
Virtually all activities were down, so we were not spending. But
even in 2017, 2018, were you positive?
Let me explain something. We had, the then government had some aggressive drive, aggressive marketing drive, revamping of all tourism sites in Ghana. So the expenditure outlay, it affected the expenditure outlay largely. So that was how come there are positives and there are negatives.
But so you mean the previous government had an aggressive marketing
Drive.
to promote tourism?
To promote tourism. So we had
Which was positive for your agency? I mean, has it
2019
yielded,
we had.
has it yielded some results? No, Minister.
Honorable Bige, what
Minister,
he meant
Minister,
by what he was saying is that the previous government, of course, outlined some projects for the tourism sector,
Yeah.
which they were using the fund to finance it.
Yes.
So the initial outlay
Yeah.
went into those projects.
Yeah.
And of course, even this current government continues with some of that activities, including new ones. So
That's
as Madam
brilliant.
Chair said, it's a continued.
That's
yes,
brilliant.
you started something, it's known.
Minister,
and it's known
that's
everywhere.
brilliant.
And we are continuing with it and adding additional ones.
I want to talk to the fund administrator.
He's the one, but I am the sector minister here, so respectfully,
Very
thank
well.
you.
Thank you.
Nice, please continue.
Administrator, in line with this deterioration, what are the strategies you are putting in place to improve this deficit? What are the strategies you are putting in place from further deterioration?
Honorable Chairman, in fact, we are beginning to see some of the positive outcomes from the investments laid by the previous administration, and some are falling in even this year. So we are positive that this year we will record a positive performance. And we also want to, like my CEO said, we also want to look at the informal sector. The informal sector, the chop bars, those who are in the downgrade, to rope them to pay tourism levy. And with that, we will see positive performances.
Fund Administrator, I've seen that you have your current liabilities. There's an increment in your current liabilities of 9.2.
Yes. 9.2%.
May I know your repayment terms on that loan?
So we had a long-term loan. And in 2023, we were meant to finish paying. So by the end, getting towards the end of the year, we added the current portion to the long-term portion, because we envisaged that by early 2024, we would have finished paying, and we did so. So that was what our auditors had added to the trade payables. If you look at it, the trade payables came down, but because we added a long-term portion of the loan and the current term portion together and added it to the trade payable, it looks as if it increased, but practically it rather came down. And we had cleared the loan from the books. We had finished paying. Yes, please.
Sir, how long have you been there as a fund administrator?
Currently, I'm in an acting position.
Oh, and you've been with the fund all this time?
I was in the accounts department in the previous administration.
In the previous administration?
Yes.
Because I would like, to find out your operating and administrative expenses. Because it looks like once we get the levy, we spend more than what we got. And I would love to see how much of these expenses actually went to promoting tourism. I would love to know that. Dr. Jasso, please.
Thank you, Chair. Mr. Chair, the amounts of money involved are quite huge. I've observed that their total expenditure increased by about 58%, largely to operating and administrative expenses. Okay, you educators, where do you get funding for this fund from?
Okay, according to the Act, it is the 1% levy payable by tourism establishments.
And that 1% fully comes to that fund?
Yes.
What are typically the activities you are mandated to execute?
So per the act has spelled out 5 thematic areas: support to industry, marketing of tourism domestically and externally, capacity building and training for the industry, and infrastructure. Upgrade on tourism infrastructure.
Chair, it appears I'm being hounded here. I'm surprised. You have an organization whose total expenditure has increased about 58%. And it's saying, the auditors are saying that this is attributed to operating and administrative expenses. Now, I want to find out what is so special in the specific year in question that allowed your expenditure to increase this much. Could you tell us why? It appears 58% is on the high side.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Like I said earlier, there has been a positive drive to complete a lot of iconic tourism projects in the previous years. Upgrade to slave camp, upgrade to Salaga slave camp, Tanoboasi Sacred Grove, Nationalism Park. We had put up a lot of other infrastructure to aid tourism and to drive inflow. So all the costs of those projects summed together was charged to the profit or loss or the inflow-outflow account. So with the coming in of the new auditors, they have advised, because of the negative performance, they have advised that we pull out all the charge costs, which have not yet been expensed, to commitment. We disclose it by way of note to commitment so that the performance will not give a misleading and a negative picture.
Mr. Chairman, if I may just add, we've realized that some of the projects are multi-year projects, so you don't charge the whole amount for that particular year. If you do so, you will see that your expenditure will tend to be a very huge one. Once it's a multi-year project, you charge what is due for only that year in the accounts of that particular year so that you can send the other ones to the subsequent years. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable Minister, thank you for coming to the committee. What I'm curious to find out is Ghana Tourism, Ghana Tourism Authority licenses all the hotels, right? I'm curious to find out those hotels that they've licensed, how many of them pay the 1% to the tourism fund? I think that would be an interesting one. And then let tourism fund give you a spreadsheet on who is paying the 1%. And that would be interesting to know. Honorable Minister, before I discharge you, I know you, Ghana Tourist Development Companies under you. Honorable Minister, things that went on in the past do not smell good at Ghana Tourist Development Company. And I will urge you to look into it. I will urge you to look into it. Thank you very much. Minister, you are discharged.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Now, the next group we'll call is GNPC. And those for Ministry of Energy are ECG, BOST, VALCO, Buidam, all those from the energy group, if we can swear all of you in at the same time. And then once we are done, GNPC will come, and then we'll start with GNPC.
I swear by the Almighty God that the evidence I shall give before this committee touching the matter in issue shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Okay, so now GNPC will stay, and then we'll go from there. Honorable Minister, could you introduce yourself and your delegation, please?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, I am Richard John Mensah, the Member of Parliament for Gumwa West Constituency and the Deputy Minister for Energy and Green Transition. I'm here with some agencies under my ministry, and I would want them to do their own introduction.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Solomon Ajete, Acting Chief Director of the Ministry of Energy and Green Transition. Thank you.
Honorable Chairman, my name is Hamis Yusuf, Acting Deputy CEO in charge of Finance, Commercial and Admin. Thanks.
Honorable Chair, my name is Albert Akuwa, Director of Finance, GMPC.
Honorable Chair, my name is Ebenezer Besiamo, Manager, Accounting and Reporting.
Honorable Chair, my name is Kingsley Asante, Manager in charge of Corporate Facilities. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, my name is Simon Esofi, the Director for Engineering, GNPC.
Good morning, Honorable Chair. My name is Albert Landanywa, Director Projects, GMPC.
Where is the CEO?
Honorable Chair, the CEO of GMPC is currently out of the country for an official assignment.
Okay.
So his deputy.
His deputy is
Yes.
here. Okay. All right. We'll start on paragraph 293. And Honorable Abena Oseasari will start with that one.
Thank you very much. I just want us to go through your financial performance and financial position for the year 2023. And there are certain items stated here that I would want further and better clarifications. It has to do with remeasurement gains of defined benefits obligation. Can you share with me what exactly is that?
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Minister, Honorable Chair, with your leave, I would want to yield to the Director of Finance to respond to it. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, this is in respect of post-retirement benefits, and we use the standard to do it.
And that is what is called remeasurement gains of defined benefits obligations.
Honorable Chair, yes. So in using the standard, once you do the model, you give...
You have to.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. And we saw a dip because in 2022, it was $921,000, and it dropped to $505,000. What happened in 2022 that was different from what happened in 2023?
Honorable Chair, we changed the basket of the model. So we included outstanding leave, we included retirement, medical benefits for retirees. So the model changed, and that's why we got a different value.
So the change resulted in a drop?
Yes, please.
Okay. And then I'm going through your cost of sales. Can you give us the components in your cost of sales? Because it's almost taking all the revenues that came in for 2023.
Honorable Chair, the cost of sales is made up of gas production cost, oil production cost, oil amortization cost, gas transmission cost, and then insurance, business interruption insurance.
So you produce oil?
Honorable Chair, yes, please. The mandate of GMPC is to explore, produce, and dispose of oil and gas. Thank you.
So share with us. Usually when I say that, I want you to, expatiate on that, because I know you do that. So you produce oil, and then you take the opportunity to share with Ghanaians what exactly you do. That is why we give you that opportunity.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So GMPC is Ghana's commercial vehicle in the exploration and production of oil in the country. So GMPC is a partner to all the partners that come in to operate in all the fields that we have in the country. And as you may know, currently we have 3 producing fields in Ghana. We have the Jubilee field, we have the 10 field, and we have Sankofa field. Of these 3, Jubilee and 10 are mostly oil with some associated gas. And then Sankofa is essentially a gas field, and it is largely from Sankofa that we get the gas for our power producers. In fact, Jubilee associated and 10 associated gas also contribute to this power generation. And then GMPC in Sankofa, GMPC together with the government, that's a royalty, we control up to 24% of this field. In Jubilee and 10, it ranges between 15% to 19%. So this is the contribution that GMPC brings to the oil production, to the gas production, and then also to the revenue. Oil revenues make significant contribution to government revenue in the country, and this is largely through the contribution of GMPC in the sector. Thank you.
So you see, this document is a public document, such that when someone sees cost of sales being your production, your gas products, and gas transmission, and then you give this explanation, they will understand why it is what it is. That's why when you come here, we also give you the opportunity to tell Ghanaians, so that it's not just about the cost that we are looking at, but what goes into the cost to bring out some revenues that government can also use for its activities. So thank you for that explanation. So you said for Jubilee and Tain, in terms of government's ownership is between 14 to 19%. Government and GMPC, sorry.
Yes, between 15.6% to about 19%. And I can get the exact figures for you.
I think it's just giving us this idea is fine. And I think the last issue I had, I saw, well, some dip in your non-current assets. Did you dispose of some non-current assets?
Honorable Chair, this is not disposal, so we have what we call the low value, which is normally 1 year depreciated. So we had a lot in the year, so it went off. Thank you.
And then finally, I see that your non-current liabilities decreased by 70%, but your current liabilities increased by 132%. And the explanation for the fall in your non-current liabilities was because you made some payments of a medium-term loan. I want to find out if the increase in the current liabilities was as a result of the monies that you use. You took a loan to pay for, maybe a short-term loan to pay for the medium-term loan. Oh, I see.
So, Honorable Chair, this is gas payables, ENI and Vitol, that increased. So if you look at the current liabilities, you see that they've gone up. These are mainly operational, not for loans.
Mainly, no, the auditor said the repayment you attributed to a medium-term loan.
Yes, so the loan is deemed, the liabilities are deemed as loan, not loan that we acquired from a bank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because of the arrangement of the Vitol ENI.
Oh, okay. Those arrangements, and that's what you term as mid-term loans. But you see, for the average person knows that a mid-term loan is a loan, not an arrangement amongst yourselves based on the liabilities that you have between yourselves. But we saw a decline in your current ratio from 1.6 to 1 in 2022 to 0.8 is to 1. What are you doing to make sure you are able to cover your short-term liabilities as you move forward, because you have to be able to do that.
Honorable Chair, so there's a new drive to collect a lot of receivables that we have out there. So we have a task force who go out there to bring in more money from our debtors. So when we get that, we will be able to turn around the cash flow.
How much are you looking at?
So we've started going to Gensa, Ex-Loco, our subsidiary, Pristia Sankofa. So Pristia just sent a letter to pay 1 million just yesterday. Gensa paid some monies last week, so we are collecting the debt.
Yeah, but the auditors are also saying that you have reduced your investment in your subsidiaries. Why? Because they are the same people you are running to for monies that they owe you.
Honorable Chair, the investment that we have in the subsidiaries, and we have three main subsidiaries. So we have Ex-Loco, which is the technical E&P subsidiary, the exploration and production subsidiary. They are the ones focusing on the operations that GMPC is currently doing on the Voltairean Basin. That's the onshore basin that we have in the country. We haven't reduced the stake that we have. It's still 100% GMPC ownership. The other subsidiary we have is a Pristia Sankofa Gold Limited, and that has always been 90% GMPC ownership, and it remains the same. The other subsidiary is Mole Motel, where GMPC owns 55% stake in that, together with the Forestry Commission, the Wildlife Division of the Forestry Commission. That also remains the same. We also are actually 100% owners in terms of equity of Ghana National Gas Company. That also remains the same. So, and then we have the GMPC Foundation, which is our charity or charitable arm, and that remains also 100% owned by GMPC. Thank you.
I think I'm satisfied with all the explanations I have received from them. I hope you live up to expectations, collect the receivables, and improve on your current ratio. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam. Now let's look at the management issues. We'll start from paragraph 303, and Alhaji Bawa will take care of that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That paragraph relates to the corporation's reserves and resource statement report for the year ended December 2023. That was prepared by the internal specialists using the reservoir simulation models developed in-house. So the auditors are recommending that management should put the process in place to ensure that the reserves and resource statement report is independently validated and externally verified to ensure and enhance credibility and improve stakeholder trust in the reports. So can you walk us through what you've done with the recommendation of the auditors?
Honorable Chair, the Deputy Chief Executive will respond to it. I think they have actually taken some steps, and I will yield to him to speak to it.
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. We took note of the recommendations of the auditors and acknowledged and accepted them, and have already taken some steps to ensure that the reserves are certified independently. As the auditor acknowledged, and we have informed them, much of the work is being done in-house by GMPC experts, and we have some of them here. If there are any more questions, we can get them to throw more light on that. But the work is being done in-house. What is required is to achieve this third-party certification, which is an industry requirement for issues such as financing. If you're going to raise financing based on your reserves, you need this third-party verification. So basically, that's what we are currently going through the process to do, and the plan is to get this done by actually the middle of next year. Thank you.
Because the auditors pointed out in paragraph 306 that the current system where you are doing the validation in-house poses a risk of inaccurate reserve estimates, and this could result in suboptimal field development and production and negative comparison to industry peers. So I would like to find out what is the difficulty in getting an external validator to validate so that we'll have an independent view of your resources.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Director of Engineering will respond to that.
Honorable Chair, we have actually commenced the process of engaging the third party for the certification process. We sent out expression of interest, which we've received responses, and we are working through the selection process to select the third party. But we are done with our internal preparation of our reserves, so it's left with the third party certification.
So how soon can we expect?
By June next year, we should have our reserves certified externally.
But sir, does it take that long?
Yes, because we are party to all the petroleum agreements. We have to look at Jubilee, we have to look at the General, we have to look at Intome, we have to look at Sankofa, both oil and gas. So it's
But didn't we know that we had to have a third party certification? Because this is an international business. You are telling us you have 2 eggs in a basket. And if nobody else can verify you have 2 eggs in a basket, do you have 2 eggs?
Yes. Honorable Chair, so it's a process. We first have to evaluate the reserves to know how much oil and gas we have. And for all these fields, it takes some time. We are done with that. We are engaging the third party. It is the third party that will spend about 6 months in looking at what we have prepared to give.
How long did it take you to find out our reserves?
It's a continuous process. We've been doing it over the years. But we need to update with information as we continue to learn more about the field and produce from the field. So it's updated. Yeah.
Honorable Chair, just to add to it, the ministry also has so much interest in the third-party validation, and we're going to ensure that it is done within time. Thank you.
Yes, but just to, Mr. Chairman, to say that at least this is a resource that belongs to the whole country, and everybody needs to know there should be transparency. I believe that's why the auditors are asking for an external validator to ensure that at least we all know what is in there. So you are taking too long a time to me, because this audit was in 2023, right? It was in 2023. So if you are still up to now, you haven't done it, I'll beg you, Mr. CEO, and your team, in line of President Mama's research agenda, you cannot fail the people and say you are now waiting up to next year. So you should at least quicken the pace. We don't want this infraction to appear in the next report.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. It's well noted.
All right, the next one is infraction is on paragraph 312, and Honorable OPK will take care of that one.
Thank you very much. GMPC, in line with the President's research agenda, can you confirm if you have gotten the certificate for the Citygate property? Now everything is reset. So,
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. The process is ongoing. We have contacted the Lands Commission. We have made the payments that we are supposed to make for the certificates to be issued to GMPC. We are going through the process, following up on virtually a regular basis to make sure that we get the certificate issued to GMPC as quickly as possible. And we take note of your comment, and we will double up to ensure that we get it as quickly as possible.
Chief, this is a 2024 report, by the Auditor General. And I don't know how long it takes for land documentations to be made. Please, just get a dedicated team to ensure that we have this certificate so it does not reflect in the audit report for next year. I don't think this should take, once you have done all payments, and it's government agency to government agency, this thing should be sorted out. So please kindly take steps so that it does not reflect in the books the next time. Thank you.
Thank you. Well noted, Honorable Chair.
Minister, this is a worry. GNPC bought this land in Tema for $6.3 million US dollars. That was in 2020. And we are in 2025, and the process is ongoing to get a title to that land. Maybe you guys haven't bought land before. You bought it in 2020. 5 years on, you are still in the process. What do we need to do to quicken your pace, apart from putting fire on your rear end, to get this thing done?
Honorable Chair, I can assure you that the ministry has taken notice of this, and I think in July, the ministry actually had a meeting with GMPC to pursue this. So we are going to ensure that within the shortest possible time, we have this title. And with land title registration, it takes quite a process. And we just took over within this period. We've put in a lot of effort, and we are very hopeful that before we appear before this committee, we should have, if we are not fully completed, we should almost get into close to completion. So we give you the we give you the strongest assurance that this will be done, because $6.3 million, as you indicated, it's something that is huge. Even when it is given to KEA, it can be used for something significant. So we will not let it go down the drain. Thank you.
Because, Minister, the vibe I'm getting is you guys just want to procrastinate till the end of the world. When it comes to recertification, getting an independent person is in the process. Registering the land is in the process. I think when it comes to your budget too, it will be in the process. The next one is on paragraph 317, and Nasai AJ will take care of that one.
Thank you very much, Chairman. Chairman, if your kind permission, I would like to read Article 1815 of our 1992 Constitution. This article shall, with the necessary modifications by Parliament, apply to an international business or economic transaction to which the government is a party as it applies to a loan. CEO, was there any parliamentary approval to this loan?
Honorable Chair, I think the Director of Finance should respond to this, but because he should have access to the records, even though it may not be under his admin, but he has access to the records, so he should be able to speak to it. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, yes, the loan was approved. The loan was approved. by Parliament.
Parliamentary approval.
Yes, please. As part of our work program.
Is it approved?
2023. So if you look at the 2023 work program, this was part of it.
CFO, if it had parliamentary approval, why are the auditors saying that there is no formal written agreement between the corporation and the Ministry of Finance? And if I may remind you, Section 33 of the PFM Act 33 of the PFM Act mandates the Minister of Finance to give an approval before such loans are approved.
Honorable Chair, I think with the process, this is an on-lending agreement. So it doesn't actually follow the process that you are, but they captured it in their work program. Every year, just within this year, in their work program, they have it in there and was captured. But the Director of Finance should be able to respond to this. But only to me, I can say that the on-lending agreement need not go to those processes.
Minister, I mean the on-lending agreement, that will stipulate conditions, terms. It should be stipulated, on-lending agreement. That's what I'm talking about, please.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. First of all, the loan was sent to the Ministry of Finance for approval, which we got. And then for the on-lending, we have given a draft to the Ministry of Finance for us to get it signed. We are yet to get a response from there. On the 11th of August this year, a reminder was also sent. We have evidence here to confirm that. Thank you very much.
Sir, I think the gentleman who answered earlier said the on-lending was approved. Or what did you say?
You talked about the work program that bit
program
about was approved by Parliament.
But what about the on-lending? That's what you are waiting on.
And that is what normally is, I think it is drafted from the Ministry of Finance, and then they share.
Usually, when there's a loan and it comes with an on-lending agreement, it is brought to Parliament. Okay. We have seen a couple of these loans where it comes with the on-lending agreement, so that if it's to Bank A, Bank B, or to this, and then we take all of them together, and once Parliament gives approval, that's it. Unless this one is a different one, so that if you have taken the loan, and you are telling us that it is now that it's been sent to Ministry of Finance, for a draft has been sent to Ministry of Finance for Ministry of Finance to look at it, on what basis are you paying back the loan? Then you don't know the terms, you don't know the conditions, you don't know anything, or you have a grace period, so that you are still in the grace period. Deputy CEO, do you have a grace period for this on-lending agreements such that you are still in the grace period, and that is why you haven't bothered to go and get the on-lending agreement? Because if you are in the grace period, you are not supposed to pay anything. But even if you are not supposed to pay anything, you need to build buffers so that when the time comes, you will be able to pay. But if you don't know the terms, you don't know the conditions, how then do you repay the loan?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. In fact, as we said earlier on, the principal loan agreement was, yes, and that was approved by Parliament. Now, this is what we're talking about now, and what the auditors picked up was an on-lending agreement between GMPC and Ministry of Finance. And that is what, between us and the ministry, we've been trying to get this draft finalized and executed, which has not been done yet. But the principal agreement was approved, and the terms are there. GMPC has been repaying without any problem.
Don't we normally bring the on-lending agreement with a loan, with approval for the loan? Don't they work together? Chief Director.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. They work together, but sometimes also when you are sending the memo to Parliament, there's a paragraph in the memo that this loan is going to be online to an agency, in this case to GMPC. So they might not have sent the on-lending agreement directly, but because it was captured in the memo, after it's been approved, then it will be done by the two parties. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
But if it was sent with a memo, do we have a copy of it? Do we have any evidence of it?
I will check with the
If that was made available, if you have a copy and it was made available to the auditors wouldn't have cited this infraction. So it means it is not there. Can we please take steps to make sure we fix this thing as soon as possible? GMPC has assured us that they are paying based, I don't know if it's based on the terms of the main loan agreement, but then we also need to do the needful, follow due process, and ratify this by getting the on-lending agreement as part of the infraction that you have been cited for. Hopefully, next year, we wouldn't want to see this same infraction here because you said you've taken steps. The Ministry of Finance has a draft, and you are waiting for the ministry to respond to you. It shouldn't take more than a year. And so hopefully, all things being equal, next year, this infraction of Litasco SA loan on-lending agreement, not with GMPC. GMPC should have it and make sure it's kept for the auditors to verify and take this off. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Minister. I see that there's a lot of procrastination going on at GNPC. That's my opinion, and I'll stand by it. Okay, GNPC, you are done. The next one is Volta River Authority, Health Services Limited.
Honorable Chair, respectfully, would want you to take GridCo. They have an assignment, the Chief Executive. So if GridCo, there's an issue the Chief Executive has to attend to immediately, so we would respectfully ask that if we can take GridCo.
Okay, once we finish with VRA, they have 2 infractions, and then we'll come to GridCo.
VRA is not here.
No, they are here. They're health. I see them. They are here.
Health.
Yeah. VRA Health Services here.
I didn't even know they were here. Okay.
Please introduce yourself to the committee.
Good morning. My name is Dr. Kwabena Maria Boa, the Medical Director.
Good morning. My name is Yakubu Abdurazak, Finance Manager.
My name is Susanna Rafa Van Broek, Head Nursing and Midwifery Services.
Eric Kofi Bobby, Head Pharmacy Services.
Divine Kwame Ameho, Manager Policy and Business Development.
Okay, we are going to discuss your financial performance, and Honorable Frank Yeboah will handle that, please.
Thank you, Chairman. VRA Health Service, we are just starting with your financial performance. In 2022, you made a loss of 40 million. And it reduced to 35 million in 2023. You still made a loss, but it's better than the previous year. You had a total income of 66 million. However, the total expenditure is 101 million. The paragraph is 676. Now, I'm seeing direct costs to be 16 million, moved from 6 million to 16 million. And before I proceed, I just want you to go to your financial position. I'm interested in the current ratio. You know, it's 0.2 to 1 in the previous year, and then 0.2 to, then it remained the same. So you indicated, or the auditors indicated, that the direct cost, the component of direct cost, is the drugs and consumables. And if you're having this current ratio, then technically, whoever is supplying with medication and other things will be careful not to supply, or the person will supply at an increased rate. Don't you think that your inability to meet your short-term financial obligations is contributing to the increase in your direct cost? Do you agree with me?
Okay, thank you, Honorable Chair. I will defer to the finance manager, but before I do that, just a brief background to, I think, the losses. I think it is important to understand where the VRA Health Services came from. The VRA Health Services, as a subsidiary of VRA, was originally made not to be a company on its own. It was a department. And somewhere in 2014, when the authority decided to restructure to focus on its core business, it decided to carve out the health services as a subsidiary with the hope that it can help generate revenues, if anything at all, to cover its costs. So the company even started from a loss position. And I think it is important to make it clear, because all the staff who were in the company, already in the company, were transferred into this young company. And so you could see that right from the start, that is where we started from. And over the period, what we are trying to do is try and increase our services, improve upon the revenue, and manage our cost with the hope that these losses that we started with would come down with time. And so if you look at even this account, revenues shot up by 72%, whilst the cost increased just about 24%. What we have done is to push our cost into areas where we can generate revenue. So I just want to give this background, brief background, before the finance manager comes. So currently, the salaries of the staff are not paid by the VHSL, the VR Health Services themselves. It is borne by the shareholder, because this company is still young and gradually growing. So I think I'll end here and then let the finance manager deal with the issues of the current ratio. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Not just the current ratio. You are just trying to link it to the increase in direct cost, which includes the medication you buy and other consumables.
Yes, Honorable Chair, when it comes to medications, you know, for us in the health sector, these are our inputs. We buy medications and then we sell those medications. You do a markup and you sell these medications. So the more medications you buy, that will translate into revenues for you, because you put a markup. And so all those things contributed to the revenue that we generated from what we generated.
I understand that perfectly. That's why we are trying to find a very good way that will help us to reduce the cost. And that's I want to know if the current ratio we have now has direct impact on your direct costs. That's what I want to know from the finance director.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So in dealing with our current ratio, we identified that it's currently low, but what we sort of doing is to improve upon our collections from our receivables, and that of dealing with our payables and our inventory position, because once we are piling up inventory and we are not turning them around, to worsen the current ratio, then we also ensure that, but there's a component of our payables that leads to our parent, which we don't have control over in terms of the salary cost. But for receivables, we improve upon our collections to deal with the current ratio. And then in terms of procurement of medications, we ensure that we're also procuring from cheaper sources that will bring down the cost associated with procurement.
So in practical terms,
did you say the parent company takes up the staff cost?
Yes, the permanent staff cost.
The permanent staff cost?
Yes.
So the staff cost we see here is for which category of staff?
Yes, that is a portion relates to the permanent staff and then temporary staff. Currently, the hospital pays the temporary staff, and the parent does payment for the permanent staff.
That is where the problem is coming from, because if you make a revenue of 65.9 million Ghana cedis, and then your staff cost is 77.9 million Ghana cedis, that is where the problem is coming from.
Yes, and like the medical director explained.
So that if your parent company decides to take a portion of the permanent staff, maybe you should also hire or recruit staff that your revenue can equally manage, not staff that you are forced to pay over and above your revenue. Because if you spend you raise a revenue of 65 and then you spend 77.9 million to pay your staff, you will continue to see such losses on your books.
Yes, Honorable Chair, I think exactly so. The permanent staff that we have already have a certain conditions of service with the parent company, and that one cannot be varied. So what we are doing now is how to engage staff on the VHSL so that we'll develop a different conditions of service. Now, it's come with labor issues, equal work, equal pay, and all that. So the shareholder is actually looking at options. One of the options is to give the permanent staff as on secondment to this young company and lock them in so that there won't be anybody being employed onto the old salary scale. And then over time, attrition and people retiring, this one, the permanent staff will go down. So, in fact, we actually have started something, and that is why we see a bit of improvement in the loss position.
You see, the reason why I'm also interested in the direct costs of a hospital is the fact that I have some knowledge in the pharmacy business, where you get your pharmaceuticals from. If I supply you medication today and I give you, say, 2 months to do the payment, and you don't pay, obviously when I supply you again, the price will go up. It's a common thing. Everybody knows it. And looking at your current ratio, finance director, you know, right, we find it difficult to meet your short-term liabilities. And obviously it will affect the direct cost. So let's work very hard to get a better current ratio so that our suppliers will just be merciful with us and give us very good payment terms. That will not cause our direct costs to go up. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I'm done.
Honorable Minister, this has been going on for years. And when are we going to correct this thing? Because just like Madam Chair said, you collect 65 million and then you pay your workers, just workers alone, 77.9 million. So when are we going to change the mathematics in this thing?
Honorable Chair, I'm reliably informed that the board is making some considerations at the health facility. Besides that, Honorable Chair, even though the health facility, this is highly subsidized their services because their target market is the staff of the VRA. So the board is considering all this such that even if their bills and their fees and everything should be revised, I believe that when that is done, it will reflect in the next year's report, and this will be corrected.
Honorable Minister, I hope so, because this is my third term being on Public Accounts Committee, and every year is the same song and dance. It's gone on all these years, and they come and tell us the board is going to do something about it. I don't know if they are walking to the board meeting or what, but 3 terms on this committee and I hear the same story. I hope this time we'll reset the board and we'll make sure that the hospital is reset also.
Honorable Minister, just like government does to Christian Health Association of the CHAG hospitals, government takes the staff costs and then they run the others. So it is something the board can decide to agree on this and take off the staff cost from their books, and then they can handle the others. In this way, if you do that and they don't make profit, then you know that it is not about the staff. But I think they should look into that, just like government does. Government takes out the staff cost on all Christian Health hospitals, and the revenues that they raise, they allow them to use it to run the hospitals. I think it should be seen in that light, and maybe we will put it in our reports that the board should consider moving in that direction so that the staff costs can be picked off their books, and let's see. But I know that with this, we can see some progress in terms of their profit or loss position. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. We have well noted it.
Okay, the next infraction is on paragraph 685, and Honorable Electman will take care of that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So you have refused to retrieve an amount of 24,607,391 from corporate clients, depriving the hospital from buying medicines, medical equipment, consumables, etc. Can you tell us why you refuse to retrieve these monies?
Yes, Honorable Chair, refuse to retrieve this money is quite a strong word. But I will defer to the finance manager. We've done some work on that. So thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Chair. So I think we acknowledge that at the end of 2023, there was an outstanding amount to the 24,607,390.86. But over the years, we have done some recoveries. As of today, out of the 24 million, we were able to recover about 12.5 million, leaving us with an outstanding of 12.1. But during 2024, a review was done to the receivables, and some of them, because of our history, some of the receivables arose as a result of the hospital hitherto run as a department. That is, when it was being a department, there was some receivables that came about, which amounted to about 9.9. Then we also have some recoveries by way of tax credit certificates and that of rejections. And a board resolution was passed in 2024 for us to do an adjustment, a provision for the portion that was considered not to have been collectible because we couldn't have details to support those figures because the receivables came about before 2019 and the company came into existence in February 2019, then fully operational in 2014. So currently, if you look at our trajectory, an adjustment of 10.533 was done. Then, as of today, we have a 1.5 million that is yet to be collected, and we are assuring the committee that we will put in efforts to ensure that we go down to the reconciliation that we had started in February 2025 to be able to recover. But it yielded some results, but we haven't fully recovered the amount involved. And we are giving ourselves up to the first quarter of next year to be able to drill down and retrieve the 1.5 million. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the auditors, can you kindly confirm what he just said, the figures he's put up that they have retrieved? Can you kindly confirm? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, we are unable to confirm that because we are yet to receive the documents to support that.
Honorable Chair.
Do you have?
Okay, so before, just to add to it, I want, with the outstanding debt, we are informed that most of it actually is a historical debt before even the company was registered. From each departmental road, they rolled over up to now. So the truth is that they are pursuing some of them that are current and are collectible. Those that are uncollectible, per their explanation, the board would have to consider and come up with a policy, come out with a strategy either to write it off. So I would actually request that they provide the list of the bills which are collectible and those which are not collectible, if they are able to separate the two so that we are clear on which ones we can, because from the report they gave, some are truly, it's not possible they can collect it. But it takes the board to actually come up with them to write it off. We cannot write it off. So if they will be able to report to us on that, we'll also be able to table it to the committee. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, the gentleman said they have collected over 12 million. Isn't that what you said?
Honorable Chair, yes.
What evidence do you have that you've collected over 12 million?
Okay. Yes. So,
Honorable Chair. Okay. So, Honorable Chair, the bank statements of what we had collected are all here. Last year, as he said, the bad debt was taken to the board, and the board...
Sir, with all due respect, I want to finish with him because he said he's collected over 12 million. Where is the evidence? And why didn't you give the evidence to the auditors? Was it this committee that told you that you owe 24 million?
yes, I think, Honorable Chair, thank you very much for the opportunity again. I think we will make the evidence regarding the collections available to the auditors. We would seek your leave so that I will make the presentation to the auditors subsequently.
All right. VRA, you are discharged. Now let's go to...
Thank you very much.
Great call. Please introduce yourself to the committee.
Honorable Chairman, my name is Engineer Mark Ban. I'm the Acting Chief Executive.
Honorable Chair, my name is Richard Intim, Director, Internal Audit.
Honorable Chair, my name is Samuel Nkansa. I'm the Acting Deputy Chief Executive.
Honorable Chair, I'm Samuel Kowakwa, Acting Director, Corporate Strategy.
Let's look at your management issues, and it will be on paragraph 406, and Honorable Jasso would take care of that.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I think this infraction is actually on management issues bordering on sustainability reporting. The auditors have made some establishments and expect you to be able to take some steps. Can you apprise us of what you have done regarding sustainability reporting that the auditors raised?
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. Indeed, what was picked, that is what had pertained. However, going forward, we have ensured that we correct this. Indeed, finally, we have a sustainability policy currently in GRIDCO, and which was put into operation on May 9th this year. So currently we have an ESG policy, and going forward we'll be including reporting on sustainability in our report. So for the first time in 2025, we'll be doing that.
So, Honorable Chair, I'm very interested in what are the elements of this sustainability unit. What do you regard as sustainability issues, and how are you operationalizing them?
Okay.
Particularly on this new policy that you launched on May 9th.
Okay, thank you. So I'll let the director in charge respond to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. So our sustainability policy has three main pillars. We are looking at environmental stewardship, we are looking at social responsibility, and then deepening governance and accountability. And so for us as a great company, in areas where we clear our right-of-way, we are looking at land reclamation. We are looking at making sure that there is joint use of our right-of-way for other economically sustainable practices, and also providing reasonable reporting on sustainability and compliance to our board for enhanced decision-making. So these are the main objectives of our sustainability policy, among others.
So do you have anything like planting trees in alternative lands from where your grade lines pass? Do you have some specific that we can relate to?
Yes, Honorable Chair, we do. We have collaborated with the Forestry Commission to determine certain species of trees that don't have very high clearance that possibly can cause inductions on our right-of-way. So we'll be planting these trees to dot our right-of-way so that we will still be greening our right-of-way instead of making them bare.
Have you embarked on any so far this year, and where? What number of seedlings are we talking about?
Honorable Chair, we'll provide those details to the committee later. We have a land management department that is tasked to ensure that this is carried out, and this has been started in some of our operational areas, especially those in the forested areas, so we can get those reports to the committee.
Honorable Chair, yes, Nancy. So, Honorable Chair, I will defer to you, but I will be very interested in what they are able to provide to the committee. I've never heard that they've done anything like this, so I'll be interested in knowing further what they have done, because I see that their work really clears a lot of vegetation. And so if they have a measure in place, a sustainability measure in place, that's positive. But we want it operationalized on the ground.
How soon are we going to get a report?
So, thank you, Honorable Chairman. So we just started in May this year, and so we are in November. We should be able to submit a report on new ways we are managing. In fact, it is good for us. By end of November, we'll begin. By end of November.
Sir, today is the 28th of October.
Yes.
Why the end of November?
So I'm just appealing that within 1 month, we'll give the report to the committee.
Okay, 30 days.
Yes,
All right.
Honorable Chairman.
Starting from today.
I understand that.
All right, Honorable Abnasar will take care of the financials.
Thank you very much. Everybody has heard a lot about Gridco. To the average Ghanaian, what is Gridco and what does Gridco do?
In one word, transmission. So, Gridco, we are in the middle. We don't own the power. We facilitate the transactions between the generators and the bulk customers. So when we talk of a bulk customer, ECG, for instance, is a bulk customer. So it's Netco or Anglo Gold or some big industries. So we facilitate the agreements between these two sectors in the economy. The energy, as I'm saying, does not belong to Gridco. We are not allowed to participate in the market, but we ensure the movement of bulk power from the wholesale suppliers to bulk customers.
You mentioned the ECG and all the others. Who do you take the power from?
So on the other side, what we call the wholesale suppliers are generators, power generators. So in Ghana, we have good old VRA, and then we have also independent power producers like Asogli, Car Powership, AXA, Send Power, and the rest. And then we power. So currently we have about 10 generating companies in Ghana, aside VRA. Yeah. So that is how the system works.
So when the light goes off, where do you come in to fix it?
So,
if
thank you.
It's a transmission problem or what? I mean, just share with us
Okay.
some of these things.
So thank you very much, Honorable. So to the point where you receive power at your homes or in your offices, the power is coming from the generators, which are scattered across the country. We have good old Akosombo, those in the Takrady enclave, the Tema enclave, and now we have even Kumasi enclave. Between that generator and your AC or your light, any challenge at any point can affect your power. So if you have a transformer somewhere in your neighborhood and your transformer is faulted, then you may have to call ECG. Now, if there is a challenge in the network, what we call the National Interconnected Transmission System, if there is a challenge there, then
all those sitting here is for all of us, so that we get to know exactly what happens. Yes. And even those who came with them, I'm sure sometimes you don't even know what really goes on when there's light off. So let's pay attention and listen.
Okay. So thank you. So if there's a challenge high up there in the National Interconnected Transmission System, then it is possible to have widespread outages. Okay. So that is where we come in to resolve. So for instance, I think yesterday, there was an incident in Sogakope, and we did an announcement because one of our transmission lines leading to Sogakope was faulted. So it supplied power to ECG to that part of the Volta region. So we had to come in to resolve that problem. It wasn't an ECG problem. It was a Gridco problem. And we are also operators of the power system. It means that we tell what generators should come online and what should go off. and where the power should go. We are in the middle managing that. So if there are issues, we are responsible to handle it. Sometimes there are issues, for instance, maybe the gas people will tell us that we have an issue with gas. So we can't have enough generation in the West. Then we have to scramble to find generation in the East to manage how to supply Ghanaians. So that is the role we play in the power sector.
And you play a very important role. And I look at your finances and looking at the huge role you play. Maybe you need to be assisted more, because I'm thinking of what you do. I look at ECG's balance sheet. I look at, financial position and financial performance, and I look at yours, and I feel, Minister, you need to help them.
Honorable, do you want to say something? We need help.
No, after sharing with us what they actually do, I'm looking at their non-current assets. I'm looking at their liabilities. I'm looking at all these things and the important role they play. I'm sure they have a strategy in the pipeline. They have some plan of action in the pipeline. I'm really asking that you consider them favorably and support them in that regard. I can see that, yes, they have done quite well to improve upon their current ratio from 0.6 is to 1 to 0.9, but there's more room for improvement. And so I believe that if for any reason you are owed some liabilities, and you should be able to collect them to help improve on your current ratio. And so, Minister, what we can say is I think you should help them. You should support them because they play a very important role in the transmission of one of the most important things that we need as a country, getting the lights on. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. The ministry is really helping them. They can actually attest to the improvement in the cash water for what they are getting. Beyond that, I think with the government policy and the government programs coming up, they are well featured in there. So they are well catered for.
All right, thank you.
I hope that is the case, Mr. CEO. Don't answer, don't mind me.
Greco, you are discharged. Now let's
Thank you,
call
Chairman.
Boss. Could you please introduce yourself to the committee, please?
In the university. So, I mean, I need to disclose that. Yes, so we are very good friends, Eric and I.
Good morning, Mr. Chairperson, my name is Edmund Akwa, Head of Audit, BOST.
Mr. Chairman, my name is Abu Bakari Ali, Manager Transmission.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. My name is Apechi Awuno, Managing Director for BOST. But actually, you've exposed my secret weapon for this committee.
We'll look at the first one that we'll look at is at paragraph 231. And Honorable Simon will take care of that one, please. Yours, 221, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. BOST, I'm looking at 2023, 2022. Your profit had declined so much from, let me just say by 43.4%. Is there any reason why there was such a huge decline in profit, as net profit?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would say it was primarily due to, in 2022, trade was on an LC basis, and in 2023, there was the introduction of the Go for Oil program, which trade shifted to a different structure, which improved the volumes that were imported. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. You seem to have a huge difference between your current assets and your current liabilities. Your working capital and your ratio is 0.7.1, a decline from 0.8.1. Are you struggling? Are you struggling with, in terms of working capital?
No.
All right. Mr. Chairman.
Currently, no.
I'm not done. You have acquired plants and equipment from your what the statement here. Has that led to an increase in your productivity so far?
Yes, sir. We are more efficient.
Should we be looking forward to more profit in the next year?
Yes, sir. That's our target. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, the next one is on paragraph 237, and Honorable OPK is taking care of that one.
Thank you. It has to do with some encroachment activities on your B2, P3 right-of-way. And the audit report knows that after inspection of your Bolgatanga-Bupe pipelines, and this measures about 12 meters wide and 261 kilometers in length, that a number of developers have built structures and fences on the section of the right-way, which could affect the operations along these lines. And I don't know if you've seen the report, you see images of that from the audit service. This exposes your company to possible risk which could affect the integrity of the pipeline. The auditors are recommending that you take steps to regain the encroached areas. What have you done about this, sir?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, the issue of the right-of-way has been resolved. We've fully secured the right-of-way on the B2B3, and the auditors can confirm. Thank you.
Auditors, are you able to confirm or otherwise?
Yes, Honorable Chair, verification indicated that they have secured the
Thank you
place.
very much.
Thank you very much.
That will be all for me, Chair.
Thank you. The next infraction is on paragraph 224 to 244 to 248. That will be done by Honorable Nakoyo.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So there are preventive mechanisms which is to put in place to eliminate theft, loss, wastage, and misuse of assets per section 52, subsection 1 of the PFM Act, which this is enshrined in the principal spending officer. From what we have here, it's been noticed that BOST procured some flow meters. So one flow meters, 2 for Buipe Jetty, 2 for Akosombo. Then with meters, 3 meters for the old discharged bay in Kumasi. And the level monitoring devices, 3 of them also for the old discharged bay in Kumasi. Now, I realize that although these meters have been procured by BOST, they are not being put to use. Can you please explain to the committee why they are not being put to use? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So the needed to have been complemented by a specific type of hose, which we've had some in stock at a different location. So we've mobilized them from Akosombo. We've mobilized them to the required location where it needs to be installed, and we're in the process of installing them so we can commence usage. So it's on the way of being resolved without incurring additional cost. Thank you.
Okay, so the unconventional methods, such as top-ups methods and loading and discharging volumes of products are still being used. Is that right?
No, ma'am. No. We discontinue.
So do you often buy flow meters or the meters in excess of what you need per a particular season?
Yes, we do. We do stock them. We do stock them.
Can you explain to the committee the reason for that?
It's a spare. It's an everyday usage. So in issues of wear and tear, we can't afford to have downtime for at any point in time because of energy security and the mandate that BOST has. So in everything we do, we have a maintenance aspect of it, and as part of the maintenance aspect, we make sure there are enough spares available.
So the Ghana Standards Authority have been paid to do calibration. How far with that process?
It's completed, please. It's done, ma'am.
Thank you. That will be all, Madam
you.
Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Your infraction, the next infraction is on paragraph 258 to 266. It's basically about absence of supervisor and coordinator for the BOST.
No.
Yeah, two.
Dr. Giselle was 249.
Okay. Sorry. The next infraction is on paragraph 249 to 257. That will be done by Dr. Giselle.
Okay, thank you so much, Chair. This has to do with delayed projects. These projects, about 5 of them, and they are treated as investments. And there's a specific requirements under our law on investment projects. Honorable Chair, I want to find out whether these projects in the first place are within approved budget. Are they?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, great. Now, you also single-sourced some of them. Did you get PPA approval?
Yes, Chair.
Okay. Now, could you now tell us why the delay in completion of these projects. As you know, the delay leads to several things: increasing costs, contractual litigations, and in the end, maybe likely to increase the overall cost of these projects, whose budget you've already allocated. Could you tell us why this delay in completion of the projects and what is being done in response to the query raised by the auditors?
Thank you, Chairman. The delay was due to adjustments in the scoping of the projects and timelines, but I'm happy to confirm that most of them are already back on track and the contractors are back on site for completion. The first one with the Boga Depot will be completed by end of December 2025. The second one for the APD shed by is completed and is ready to be handed over by the end of this month, which is next week. And then also the Rascopart fence wall is also completed and will be handed over next week. In terms of the Tigris fire tenders, we did the factory assessment test last week in Brussels. We just returned, and then we're happy to announce that everything checks out. And they've even did more than was in the scope for the fire tenders. We did an inspection with the Ghana Fire Service, and everybody's happy with the assessment. Thank you, Chairman.
Okay, so, Honorable Chair, I just want to find out, it appears the MD has given us a lot of good progress with these, but auditors, are auditors in the know? Do you know about this good progress he's announcing?
Exactly so, Honorable Chair. We are aware of, for instance, the second one has been construction of 2 sheds on dipping platform and demolition of old. Yes, that has been completed. So 1 out of the 6 has been completed. But massive progress have been made on the other projects that he mentioned. In our subsequent audit, we will confirm whether these projects have been actually completed. But we know that per our verification that some progress have been made in all of these projects. 1 has been completed, actually. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable Chair, that will be all.
Thank you very much. The next infraction is on paragraph 258, and Honorable Gape will take care of that one.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is about absence of maintenance supervisors, which is affecting quality of work at the bust. And then auditors recommended that you assign or make sure by November you get supervisors. I want to know the status of that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm happy to announce that the coordinators have been appointed in all the terminals across the country, in the Southern Zone, Central Zone, and Northern Zone. And we've also hired a maintenance manager that supervises and oversees all operations in regards to maintenance. Thank you.
All of them are at post?
Yes, Chairman.
Okay.
Okay, the next infraction is on paragraph 266, and Honorable Kenny will take care of that one.
Thank you, Chair. This is about leakage. The Auditor General noted that section of your tap pipelines, which runs from Accra Place Depot through Akosombo and Bupe Jetty to the Bupe market area, got damaged, causing leakage during discharge of products. This also caused increase in discharge time for transfer of products to Bupe Depot. Auditor General recommended that management should take steps to repair this pipeline to ensure operational efficiency. Management did indicate that procurement process has been initiated, and we are following up to know whether is being fixed?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Yes, we've done initial repair works on the line, but we do need to do more works on the line. So we've initiated processes with the necessary agencies like the regulator, the public procurement authority. We've also, the budget has also been approved for us to work on the entire line. So that is ongoing as we speak.
Are there measures put in place to detect leakage that occurs far off from town?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. We're also working to improve on those measures by introducing a more robust SCADA system. We're also working with national security on surveillance monitoring for the entire line to help us detect encroachment that our systems may not detect quickly. Thank you.
How much actually did the leakage cost bust?
Mr. Chairman, it wasn't much, but we can provide you with the necessary details for assessment. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. It's currently in use. It's currently in use. Yes.
Has it been fixed?
Yes, Mr. Chairman. It's currently in use. We've fixed the line. We're actually working to make it better. But it's currently in use.
Auditors, can you confirm that the pipeline has been fixed?
No, it has not been fixed. I think earlier on he indicated that they have included it in their budget, and so they are expecting to work on it subsequently.
Don't you guys, have you seen the pictures of the pipeline? It's so dangerous, and you have something like a plywood on it.
Mr. Chairman, so the budgetary approval we've gotten is to actually replace it entirely. But currently, we've actually fixed it, and that is what we use. But the plan
how long
is to
has this
complete it.
been defective?
It's been defective for a while, but currently the maintenance team has fixed it, so we actually use it today. But the budgetary approval we've gotten is to replace the entire line, which we have plans of doing.
So how long has this pump been down?
It's not down. It's not down. It's currently in use.
How long has it been defective?
Today it's not defective. We use it today.
How long before?
How long was it defective?
Mr. Chairman, we cannot give a specific time frame.
You cannot give a specific time.
But from the time that we detected it and we repaired it and we realized that no, we have to replace the entire line, we followed the process.
But the auditors saw it.
The auditors saw it.
When did they see it?
2023.
2023.
You've not seen the repair work? Okay. The auditors have not seen the repair work. But
They
it's
haven't seen
currently
the
in
repair
use.
work.
It's currently in use and there's no leakage, Mr. Chairman.
But the pictures that we see in the book, they look awful.
They do. That's the very first pictures. Pre-repair.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, I just want to find out from you how many depots do you have and whether they are up and running, they're operational.
We have 7. One is down because it's going through maintenance, upgrade maintenance. So that is the Mame Water Depot. Apart from that, the APD in Accra Plains Depot is working. Akosombo Depot is working. Bupe Depot is working. Bogat was also down for maintenance and is almost completed to help serve the Sahelian market. The Kumasi Depot is also working. We don't want to talk about it.
Mame Water, Accra, Akosombo, Bupe, Bolga, and
Kumasi.
And Kumasi.
We have a terminal in South Vulego, but it's not a depot, it's a booster station. And it's also working.
It's also working?
Yes, ma'am.
So when will the maintenance at Mame Water be completed?
By the end of the year, ma'am.
By the end of the year.
Yes,
Where
ma'am.
exactly is this depot located?
It's in the Akosombo area.
Akosombo area. In addition to the one you
Yes,
have.
by
So
the
you have
roadside.
2.
We have 2. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
So Mame Water is sort of the main depot, and Akosombo is a transitional point.
Oh, okay.
Honorable Chair, Babi Water is the depot, the tanks you see when you're going to Japan, to your left.
But why that name? Isn't that interesting?
Madam Chair, everybody asks that same question.
Thank you.
Okay, boss, you are discharged.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The next one to call is National Petroleum Authority. Is NPA here? Okay, because I didn't say NPA, I said National Petroleum Authority. Can you introduce yourself to the committee, please?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. My name is Sheila Ado, Acting Deputy CEO of National Petroleum Authority.
Mr. Chair, my name is Ayi Zakaria, Director Finance, NPA.
Mr. Chair, my name is Michael Enki, Head Budget.
Where is your CEO?
Honorable Chair, the CEO is also out of the country. Almost all the petroleum heads are having a meeting outside the country. So GMPC and then MPA, the chief executives are out of the country.
Okay, let's look at your financial performance. Yes, just one over here. The next exchange income, why did it go down that low? What happened? What is your net exchange income and how come it's low?
Mr. Chair, it is as a result of the depreciating cedi in 2023. Some of our revenue lines are denominated in dollars. So we lost on due to it. We had exchange losses as a result of the depreciating cedi.
Madam,
no, our expenses.
You said as a result of the depreciating. Why did you said some of your revenue were in USD?
Yes, madam.
And if
your expenditure rather. Yes, please.
What kind of expenditure do you quote in dollars?
We have sorry. Madam, this is a comparative distance comparing 2022 to 2023. And the interest...
So I'm only asking.
Yes.
What kind of expenditure do you denominate in dollars? You said yes, you had some. And I said, what kind of expenditure under MPA is in USD? Because of the losses you said you incurred as a result of the cedi depreciating.
We have a dollar account with our operating bank. And
what kind of expenditure? Because you said you made payment, and I'm saying what kind of expenditure do you make in USD?
We had we have expenditures in USD, but that will not come into the income surplus account. In 2023, we're constructing our head office building. That was dollar denominated. So in making the payments, we convert the dollar to cedi in order to pay to the contractor. So the cedi equivalent gave us
In
some
making
losses.
payments from cedi,
From
dollar to cedi,
to cedi, yes,
and
please.
if the cedi you said was depreciating, you should get more cedis.
No, we paid more cedis for the same dollar equivalent.
You said you have a dollar account and that you made payments from the dollar account.
No, but Madam,
Honorable Chair.
Just take your time and
Honorable
tell us.
Chair, I think the explanation is, one, they have some revenues dollar denominated. When the city depreciates, they get more. But for their expenditure, when the city depreciates, they spend more. And one of the expenditure was the head office, which was dollar denominated. So with the depreciation of the city, what they have budgeted for, if they have budgeted maybe a cedi to dollar 11 cedis, and at the point of payment, it has depreciated and it's 16 cedis, it means that they are paying 5 cedis more. And this is why the expenditure went up. So when the dollar cedi depreciates, it makes costs go up. But for revenue, you get more. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, what we are talking about is net exchange in income. So receipts coming in.
So it is, so per their system, net exchange income is because they have always assumed that at the end of the day, the exchange should rather give them an income. But in this case, because expenditure went up, they are going to make a loss instead of a gain. So this is the balance.
Yes.
So it is how they term it. In some cases, when you anticipate, I'm not speaking on this, I'm actually speaking as an accountant. In this instance, it depends on how you capture it. If in your account, you always have assumed that you make exchange gains, then you assume it as your income, other income. But this one, they have assumed it as gain almost every time. But this time around, because of the losses they made, it becomes a loss, or rather reduces as compared to the previous year. So that is the explanation I want to give.
Madam.
Yes, Madam. Chair. Madam Chair. Yes, Madam Chair. Yes.
Does the minister work at the MPA?
He doesn't. And then to give more detail to what...
No, I'm coming.
Yes, Madam. He doesn't work with NPA.
He doesn't work with the MPA?
Yes, Madam.
So what he's told us explains the net exchange income?
Yes, Madam.
Oh, Madam, and you just confirmed that there were payments?
Yes, Madam. Yes, Madam. Can I add something?
Okay, let me come in. I'm not a madam, but let me come in here. There was an increase from 2022 to 2023 on administrative expense. What caused this huge increase of 39%?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the administrative expense was as a result of our expansion into all the 10 regional locations of the country. Initially, MPA operations were zonalized, so we had 4 zones. But in 2022, management decided to have more visibility in the regional offices, and for that matter, opened regional offices in all the 9 old locations. And for that matter, this had to do with increased staff, logistics, and other things that were to enable them work efficiently.
Now let's look at your financial position over here. There was a the non-current assets, an increase of 97%. What caused that?
That was addition to our asset that was under construction. Yes, because the head office building started in 2022, and as of 2023, a significant component of the contractor's fee had been paid. So it added to our assets, non-current assets.
Auditors, I have to call you in here about the net exchange income. That has a negative number over here. People are watching us, and we need to have an explanation for the country. What is going on here, if you could come in?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Honorable Chair, maybe before I come in, I need to give a caveat. I would have wished we had a detailed financial statement here to really see what is accounting for that. But if we are having it under income, what it presupposes is that in 2022, we are having income here because the dollar strengthened against the cedi. So that is an income. But where you have the cedi appreciating, if we have the cedi appreciating, then that becomes a disadvantage to the entity. So it becomes a negative figure. That is why we are having it under the income side.
Yes, but then it shouldn't be here. Then it should be under expenditure.
Yes, we could have just indicated it in the
Yes,
expenditure
and
column.
it shouldn't be here. It should be under expenditure. Okay, thanks for that acknowledgement that the finance net exchange income should have come under expenditure as net exchange losses. Yeah. If that is the explanation we want to take from here, then it should have come under expenditure as net exchange losses. Yes, thank you. Madam, you had the whole time to look at this report and make the necessary changes. So moving forward, let's spend time to look at what we have been cited for so that when we come here, we are in a position to explain properly.
Yes,
Thank you.
Madam Chair. Thank you.
NPA, you are discharged. Let's call energy fund. Could you introduce yourself to the committee, please?
Please, I'm Ekuyo Usiosei, Assistant Manager.
My name is Cecilia Gbenyega, Deputy Director, Legal, Energy Commission.
Gilbert Hammond, Director, Finance and Administration.
Eunice Breachum, I'm the Acting Executive Secretary. Engineer Eunice Breachum, Acting Executive Secretary of the Energy Commission.
I am Tony Blebo, Director for Electricity and Natural Gas, Energy Commission.
Okay. So Energy Fund, your financials will be on paragraph 381. And Honorable Frank Yabo will take care of that one.
All right. Thank you, Chairman. Energy Fund. Let's first look at your financial performance. In fact, in 2022, I'm very sure you were dancing when you made a profit of or surplus of 15.8 million. However, the music changed in 2023 when you made a deficit or a loss of 10.2 million. I'm not going to ask you why. Let's go through the financial performance. If you look at promotion of energy efficiency and productive use of electricity and natural gas, you expended 9.7 million in 2022. However, in 2023, you spent 7.4 million. Is it the case that the scope, you are no longer interested in the promotion of energy efficiency, or what? Have you reduced the scope or what? It's good to have your expenditure coming down, but on this occasion, we need to explain why you are reducing allocation to that important role.
Mr. Chair, in 2023, we did conduct the same promotional activities, but we did it more efficiently than we had done it in 2022, hence the reduction in the costs for 2023. Thank you.
You just said that you did. I don't want to show that. I just want to see that I got it right. You said in 2023, you did the same exercise, but in a very efficient way. Is that what you said?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
And you being efficient will mean that you make a loss in the same year. Okay. You are talking about efficiency in 2023, yet you made a loss of 10 million or a deficit of 10 million in the same year.
Mr. Chair, the question was about the reduction in the costs of our promotional
So that efficiency
activities.
was just in relation to the promotion, not the general account.
Yes,
Is that what
Mr.
you mean?
Chair.
Also, you know how to be efficient in one breath, but you cannot be efficient in other sectors. Is that the case?
Mr. Chair, there is an explanation for the other relevant expenditure, and which went up, which resulted in the overall loss for 2023.
No problem.
Thank you.
Let's go to promotion of projects for the development of and utilization of renewable energy resources. I'm sure this is a very topical issue, and it's something that everybody will be interested in. You expend
energy rolling together with their work. I felt that the earth should open for me to be part of her departure. So the loss of a mother is not a small thing. The pain lingered for a long time, but one day you'll find out that that pain has gone and only the memories will remain. It's only time, give it time, but the pain will be there for a long, long time. May the good Lord Mauga Subolisa Kitikata, the gods of our ancestors of the long kingdom, protects, shield you, and hold you strong in these turbulent times. You shall overcome. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
elders and members of the family. There is